Which camera are we at? Camera one,
the
down the
cameras
barrel.
down that barrel.
Grant Walmsley here, Richie Lara.
How you going?
Jets Play Jets. We're back with another fantastic episode. It's like I feel like I'm on a fishing show on a Saturday morning, but we're not fishing.
That's right.
No.
What we're fishing for? What we're fishing for? We're fishing for licks. There you go.
We're fishing for licks, yeah. So Nice Boys don't play rock and roll.
Right, I do. Big influence. Big influence for me.
And Nice Boys shouldn't play rock and roll either. That's right. Yeah. It reminds me of where I remember. I'm very averse to people wearing watches when they play rock and roll, wristwatches.
That's right. I had to stop it.
You remember that?
Yes,
I remember that.
I used to love wearing a watch.
We may take his watch off because if you're playing rock and roll, we don't give a fuck what the time is.
Yeah, that's right. Although you can say the same thing about having a wallet in your back pocket. You know,
you can't play a gig with a wallet. That was another rule. With two rules in the bed.
But
no watches.
But
no
having said that, I saw some early ACDC with Bon Scott on stage. He had a wallet in his back pocket because we used to point that out. Go, "He's got one."
So he's got one, yeah. So we've got a really good show today. We've already got lots of stories. We've been gas bagging before we started here. The first funny story today is I like Richie's new haircut. Richie's been playing a lot with our very dear friend, the Spy versus Spy legend Craig Bloxham. if you remember Craig, I remember Bloxham when I was underage going to see the Spies, and I love the Spies.
Yeah.
There was a couple of things I'd never seen. I'd never seen anyone with crew cut like that. Like
I know.
it was.
I need to ask him where he used to get a crew cut like that in those days.
Because they come out of like ska era too. Like they weren't a ska band, but they sort of had all that mod ska thing going. And the other thing that was amazing was I remember him and Michael. They wore Doc Martens with the jeans rolled up like skinheads, and I'd never seen Doc Martens before, and they were like, "Wow, look at these guys!"
Yeah, and they used to be like I think the 18-holers and stuff like that.
Exactly,
like the serious ones.
Serious ones. Yeah, they were real serious about it. And Bloxo had the lowest slung bass I have ever seen. I mean, if I would have put that on, it would have been at my ankle. I wouldn't have been able to touch.
Oh, he still does. You know? He gets his straps custom made. He used to get them at that place near in Waratah. There was this old cobbler there.
Yeah, nice.
He's gone now. But yeah, I actually got I got a last strap from him as well, because I wanted a strap. But yeah, this
couldn't make a strap long enough.
Couldn't make, so he kept going this old cobbler.
Yeah, fantastic.
This guy must, I think, about 103 in the shade. Used to hand make these long straps for him, you know.
Unreal. Yeah. Well, I mean, look, Bloxo too. You know, talking about some old Australian rock and roll history. Spies really, there was no one like the Spies. I was a real big fan. Cliff Grigg's awesome too. Michael, who's since passed away, is a great guitar player. Very unique band. They toured a lot with Midnight Oil. They were managed by Gary Morris, that managed Midnight Oil. And we were having a laugh the other day. We were watching the Midnight Oil 1984, and there's Bloxo in the background there.
Yes, he was.
I had surgery a few years ago, a couple of surgeries. They had to reconstruct my sinuses up here and here.
Oh.
And no, it's not what you think. No. Just had bad sinuses all my life. They had to change the skeletal features. And I remember waking up and Bloxo standing over me. He's made me, "Hello, Mr. Walmsley. What the fuck are you doing here?"
Oh wow!
And he was at the hospital.
Yeah, that's right. He used to chef there.
Yeah, so lovely guy. So anyway, that's our first story.
Great cool.
I've got a new guitar.
That's lovely.
And it was great because Richie thought it was my old Black Les Paul.
Oh, I didn't know at all. But what is it? So
I've been on the hunt for. Those that know my old Les Paul, it weighs a ton. It's the heaviest guitar in the world. It's the best guitar I've ever owned. I've been looking for a lighter one for a long time. So our good mate Mark Baker, our guitar doctor, rang me up the other day. So I found the guitar. Here it is. Picked it up. It's about half the weight of my other one. It's a 1991 Orville Gibson. Okay, so you might notice that. Now I didn't know much about these, but apparently, for about 3 years, I think it was, Gibson licensed or allowed a license with the Japanese manufacturer to make Gibsons for 3 years, 88 to 91, I think. But I had to have the Orville badge, and Orville was Orville Gibson, so his name was Orville. So this is for all intents and purposes, it's a real giver. It's as good as any Les
The binding's incredible. I'm just looking at the binding, and they actually went over the top.
So I'm going to try and make this my main weapon because it's better for my old neck and my old back too. So
the neck's great. I tried it before. It's fantastic.
So another segue into, we can talk about Rose Tattoo. We had with Di Pritchard on an episode. I can't remember if it was in the future or the past, but
it's in the past now.
It's in the past now.
Now are we talking about a guitar in particular?
Well, no. Well, I was just going to say we Di Pritchard, who's a Rose Tattoo guitar player, who was handed the baton by Pete Wells, our late great Pete Wells. And we had Di in here, but Di didn't want to do too much rose tattoo because he's just come back from a European tour and he's all rose tattooed out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That
which is funny, but we want to talk about.
But his influences were fantastic. You know, the Billy Thorpes, and obviously even the Borich and stuff like that. All his influences that he said. I mean, it was great to hear his stories.
Yeah, so Di's a bit older than us. He'd probably be 6, 7, 8 years older than us. So he saw all those guys that we didn't really get to see, but he got to see them, close up, all those Australian legends.
There was his little handbook there, writing down exactly what.
Yeah. Now, what has he got there? What pickups that?
Yeah.
So, the rose tattoo journey for us. I mean, I was obviously, I remember rose tattoo on Countdown. I remember seeing on Countdown.
Yes.
And
I think that's the first time, really, I would ever see.
Saw a lot of bands.
Yeah. Especially being, they did come up to Newcastle a lot, but we were still too young to go to those clubs, So.
Yeah, so these guys were hitting their straps in the 70s. I mean, we were still kids then.
Yeah.
But I remember Mick Cox, Pete Wells. I mean, that's the famous guitar duo of that era. And then obviously Rob Riley replaced Mick, and it went to another sort of thing.
My God, Rob Riley.
Rob Riley's an old mate of ours. God bless him.
If anyone needs blessing, it's that guy.
Yeah.
It's incredible,
It's funny that I didn't realise there's quite a bit of footage of Slash saying that he loved Rose Tattoo, but he was really inspired by Rob.
I think Riley, a lot of things.
And Rob is one of the greatest musicians. He's just a phenomenal, all round. He can play country music, blow your mind.
Yeah.
He sings great, and he's a real character.
And has got a lot of time to help out and chat and give a lot of good gold info to.
So we met these guys probably around 89, 90. We did a bunch of shows with. Angry was touring his solo album. I think it was called Angry, and it was a good record. But he had Rob Riley, Jim Hilburn, Tim Powell's from the Church playing drums, and
what a great band!
And Bobby Bath is an American guitar player. And
he is.
They were great. They were great. So these guys really took us under their wing, and a couple of really cool stories. I remember we were starting to get really big. It was before we put our first album out, and I remember doing the Bel Air Hotel, which was a famous Newcastle gig, and we were filling that. I mean, we had 1,000 people in there. You just couldn't get in there.
No.
And we played there the night before on a Saturday night, and it was packed. And then we had Angry was playing the Sunday, so we were opening for Angry, and there was about 10 people there. It was amazing. But the gig itself was fucking hell. How is this? It's just ridiculous.
That guitar, what was his name? The American guitar player,
Bobby Bath.
Oh my God, how loud was that bloke?
Yeah.
Holy crap! I thought
and that's
Rob
next
was
to
loud.
Rob Riley.
And that's next to Rob Riley. Because I went both sides because there wasn't there was enough people there to get your little pen and see what's going on.
So the funny story, I remember we did a few weeks or a month with those guys. I remember doing there was a gig in Parramatta. It might have been the Cobra Club, the one that you went downstairs, and we ended up seeing Faith No More in there.
Oh yeah, wow,
Our mate Hass picked us up in his Mercedes limo in the Cross, and we drove out to Parramatta, and name on the door, Faith No More. There's so many people there. But anyway, I remember doing that gig with Angry, and there's a couple of things that I remember in that dressing that was so funny. One was when they finished the gig, they would just strip bare naked, and you walk in and go, "Whoa!" Okay.
Yeah.
And that was cool. And
it's having a beer, a naked man.
And I remember I remember Angry that night. There was a couple of things. Angry's one of my best mates too, by the way. He tests your metal, and he tested my metal that night. And I remember we were talking about music, and he was talking about Lobby Lloyd, and I said, I don't know who Lobby Lloyd is, and he was just like, if you had a bit of a go at me. And I had a nice T-shirt on, and we were right into body count. I said, body count? I was too good. No, well, there's what's the fucking difference?
That's right.
So anyway, we got talking about Lobby Lloyd, and I learned a lot about that and his influence on a lot of the early Australian bands. Rose Tattoo, Billy Thorpe, really revered Lobby Lloyd. So that was a funny story. And then I remember Andrew saying to me, he said, "Oh, so you're the pretty one in the band."
Oh.
And I didn't know how to take it because, they're pretty intimidating, these guys. And he goes, "It's all right. Every band needs a pretty boy. You're the pretty boy." And he really meant that. He's like, "No, rock band needs a pretty boy."
Oh, my God.
But I was like, I didn't know whether to be offended or not. So, but anyway, I remember Rob, we'd go to Springfields in the Cross, and I'd literally sit on Rob's knee. I mean, Rob's a massive guy.
Yeah.
And I'd sit on him, Diggsy. Here goes Diggsy. Come here, Diggsy. And I'd sit on his knee. I remember this one night at Springers, he fed me so much. I think it was Jack Daniel. And I actually spewed in the Dunnies, which was really uncool at Spring. I actually spewed. He got me so drunk. I don't remember the rest. You guys probably walked me home. We only lived down the road.
Yeah, it was one of those things.
But okay,
if we got home, I don't know if we got home that night.
We'd always take sunglasses out there.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So Rob Riley, he'd literally walk on stage, couple of marshals, ding, 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 everything just
on 10.
Level on 10.
Yeah. So that was his theory, though, and I really liked it because I asked him about that because I said, "Well," he goes, "No." He goes, "No. This is what you do, okay?" And that voice, and he goes, "Put everything on 10.
Yeah.
On your amp, everything on 10, and then when you start the song." You got your guitar on about maybe 1 or 2 or something. And what's going on? People are going, in the crowd, they're going, "Oh, I can't hear him. I can't hear anything. It's really low. It's really low." And so they've got to come closer, and they come closer. So that's how you get your crowd up. And then once your crowd up, you turn it to 10 and you knock their heads off.
Fantastic.
That was the theory.
I remember also, Rob played his weird guitar. He plays like Ibanez or something.
Oh, anything.
And
he'll play something from a hock shop.
And we had like 60s Strats and SGs and Les Pauls. We had some really, really nice old guitars. They said, "No, what you want to do, Diggs? You put them away and just get one that'll take the punishment."
That's right.
We took our old guitars everywhere. So anyway,
which took the punishment.
Yeah.
Back then it was a bit different though. You could have those old guitars. They were looked after a little bit better. They were...
Well, I guess,
no chance of... Well, there was thievery going on.
They were only 20, 25 years old.
At that stage, yeah.
Well, this is 1991. That's like 30 years old. So you imagine when we started playing, everyone had 60s guitars.
Yeah, 70s.
You just like to have a 60s Strat. It's like, yeah, of course.
If you had an 80s, it was pretty new.
Yeah. That was like a bit... You wanted to wear an Armani suit if you were going to...
Well, that was I had this green guitar. Now what we're talking about, that was the 88.
Oh, okay. So Richie's famous green SG that we've discussed on previous or future episodes.
Yes. Now
with the wang bar. Okay, so we're talking about that guitar,
and I'm hunting that down. I sold it. I got really broke.
So it's a green
and had to sell it.
It's a green SG. What let's put it out to the viewers. They might.
Yeah, look, it's called an SG90. If you just typed into Google Gibson SG90.
Yep.
That's what it is.
And it's easy to find. There's only one of them because it came with a Steinberger tremolo, which was shit.
Yes. And each time I dropped it, it would pop out of its little saddle.
Yeah, I remember them.
They weren't and they were made out of cast iron or whatever it is.
They're just shit.
Yeah, it's just.
So you put a.
So I put. Now I was saying it was a Floyd. Now this I put a Kayla.
I thought it was a Floyd Rose. You put it.
Yeah, it was a Kayla Fly. The reason is because the Floyds were so deep. They were designed for the Fender to swap out for the Fender.
Yeah.
Which is and the SG, as you can see, it's like they're really quite thin.
Yeah.
So the Kayla Fly, it really sat on top of the guitar.
Yeah.
And there was only like a really small cradle underneath, so
Right.
they wouldn't have to
Yeah.
shim out very much.
Yeah. So on the Jets records, like Meet Anybody, or
Any of the hear that,
all that stuff is that guitar. Now Richie wants it back, so if you got it out.
If not, I'm going to have to get another one made. They're very hard to find now.
Yeah.
They are like hen's teeth.
And it was so good. I think we mentioned this before. Rick Bruce used to grab it and go, "Oh, I need to play that." He'd play it. He'd do like City Out of Control on it and all that wang bar dive bomb stuff. And it was just, it was a real one-off, real classic guitar.
Yeah, they really were.
Yeah. Okay, so back to Rose Tattoo. Got to mention Geordie was the bass player. He was really, I guess, Geordie was the long-term bassist, and he wrote a lot of great songs too. So
which ones did you do?
Yeah, we'd have to look, but I know he was right behind a lot of songs. The most famous song, obviously, "Bad Boy for Love," I believe, was written by Ian Ryland, and Ian was a great guy. I loved Ian. I got to know Ian. He joined Ian Moss's band when he did Petrolhead, and so we did a lot of touring with him and Paul DeMarco, who became the long-serving drummer.
Yeah.
After Dallas Royal. Was it Dallas Royal? Digger, forgive me. I'm trying to find some referencing. And someone will shoot me down for getting this. Dallas Digger Royal. I was right. Both names. Dallas Digger Royal. Now the funny thing is the classic, I guess the classic debut, the initial Rose Tattoo that we would know was Mick Cox, Pete Wells, Dallas Digger Royal on drums, and I think it went Ryland into Geordie. So, but whatever that was there, that the bed there, the drumming in particular, we've talked about things like ZZ Top and Charlie Watts, Rolling Stones. Digger was a real part of that groove.
Yeah.
And I've played a lot of years with Angry, and it's all about the boogie. He's a boogie player, and he likes
like one of the boys.
It's got to be boogie. Yeah. Well, look, and you know what's funny?
That hammering drumming from that.
That song too is when you play that when you're on stage. When you play that song with Angry, it's like you are one of the boys. You've fucking gone to war with him. He's like, we're in this together. He fucking grabs you, like, and it's a real camaraderie. And I love that. I love that.
It's one of the big ones for me. That's probably one of my faves. Actually.
It's probably my favourite Rose Tattoo song, too.
Especially live, playing that one live. That's, it's such a stomping, powerful.
It's
nice.
great.
It just sits there like that.
So the history of Rose Tattoo as well, which is really funny. So like I've done a lot of miles with Angry. So we tell every story in the world. He's got some great stories, by the way.
Yeah, can you imagine?
So he came from a band called Buster Brown, and the drummer in that was Phil Rudd from AC/DC. Yeah. So Mark Evans, who plays bass in Rose Tattoo now, from AC/DC as well. These guys go way back. So when they're together, that's like a bit like us coming from Newey. Like they come from old school Melbourne. There's a whole different trip. That was like a Melbourne band turned Sydney band, and it's a real weird, beautiful chemistry that comes out of that. So, the big songs, I guess, "Bad Boy for Love" is obviously the cracker.
Yeah.
And we're talking about Ian Ryland, who wrote that, and I've seen there's been a lot of people in Rose Tattoo. I mean, there's no use in hiding that. But I remember seeing them. The best I ever saw them was our dear friend Greg Clark was doing sound too, and it was just loud as Satan. Yeah, it was Mick Cox, Pete Wells, Ian Ryland,
so loud, that guy,
Angry, and Paul DeMarco, and it was phenomenal. That was fucking phenomenal. I still remember that. It's really sad. Like the whole of that. Ian's dead, Pete's dead, Mick's dead, Dallas is dead. It's quite sad. I got to see most of those guys this one night, and it was incredible. It was an incredible night. So anyway, the "Bad Boy for Love's" like. And it's all that Mick Cox right hand business.
It is.
On a black Les Paul. So that's sunk into our DNA.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. That's massive. That
Bad Boy for Love.
yeah.
I've got to get this looked at. I've tuned this 100 times. It's just still not singing right. See, it says it's right, but must be something in the frets of the nut. We've got to get a little adjustment on this guitar. But all right, the other, and I don't know the first time I ever heard "Bad Boy for Love," but it's a song that you've just always known.
I know.
You know?
I think it's like once you found it, you know, that's riff. You know, I think as you'd be playing, you know. It's a nice, easy.
Yeah, you just want to play it.
Yeah.
As a guitar player, you have to play it.
It's like for me, you know, go to slide, but
So and this band too was you know, a Jets Play Jet singer's Danny Young, obviously, and this is how incestuous it is in the Australian industry. So, Danny's father, John Paul Young, obviously worked out at Albert's with Vander and Young. Vander and Young being Harry Vander, George Young, Malcolm and Angus's big brother. Easy Beats, famous producers, produced a lot of AC/DC. They produced this stuff. They produced John Paul Young stuff. So there's a lineage that's still really, really going through, which is terrific. The other great song I remember from that we all knew was Rock and Roll Outlaw.
oh,
And just another stonking, you know.
nice, simple.
Just it. Kind of thing, you know, and
you could just cut your teeth on that all day.
look,
Here's one for the young kids learning guitar. Just do that for like an hour a day. Just something like that. It sounds boring, but if you can get that nice perfection, oh God.
yeah, I agree. You know, you see a lot of young guys and they say, "Oh, that's just shit. That's it." No, it's not. Play for an hour.
Play just
I bet you can't.
I bet you can't. Your hands will fall off.
It's like drummers, like playing a groove or a shuffle. Okay, that's like. Okay, play for an hour. Make it swing.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? You know,
Perfect it.
There's magic in that. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's that's how we all start learning.
It's building blocks.
It's building block stuff. So because you know, you listen, you could be on stage, you could be playing that sort of same thing for an hour.
Yeah.
Different grooves, different feels, and everything. But at the end of the day, is you're sitting on a chord, either chunking away or whatever you're doing.
So the other part of Rose Tattoo, obviously, is the slide guitar. Which Di's probably been doing it for, I'd have to ask him, he's probably been doing at least 15 years.
At least.
I didn't think nearly 20. He's been, I don't know how long it's been since Pete died, but it's been a long time. And
I did a thing like a live in the lounge with him with Rock Platform Studios, with Di on his slide playing.
Yeah,
it's just incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, like how they're a bit of a breed to their own, you know. They have a dedicated slide guitar, you know.
It's funny. Di, he when he's doing Rose Tattoo, it's in open E. I'm pretty sure
everything,
it's in open E. And he just plays slide every song.
Every single song.
I remember we get off those tours and you go, oh God, it's just great to be able to play something that's not in open E and slide. I can play other stuff, but really definitive parts. He really look. The thing I love about what Di does, he really honours the Rose Tattoo legacy. He really honours Pete. He's got, you know, Pete Wells on the back of his guitar. You know, and I know, you know, the other guy, like Angry, just he won't tarnish that legacy. I think it's a beautiful thing.
It has to be there.
They're rock and roll outlaws. They really are. It's great playing those songs, and it's. And I mean, I could say this, you know, I've played those songs a lot with those guys, and with Mark and Di and Angry, and you got to be a rock and roll outlaw to play it.
Yeah.
And I know, I've got the ticket for that as well, and it was you feel it. You just go, this is just awesome shit. This is really cool shit. You know?
Yeah.
So the thing that Nice Boys were playing before, Nice Boys don't play rock and roll. Guns N' Roses covered that on Lies. Yeah.
Lies.
Super fast. It's just a great thing. Nice.
They made it very trendy. I mean, like, yeah. But then you, like, since you heard it on Lies and you went, oh, this is great. Like, oh, it's Tats. Yeah, that's right. You've kind of forgotten.
You've forgotten, yeah.
And you go, oh, listen to the Tats one. And you go, oh, hang on. Yeah, no, the Tats one's better.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I mean, I love the Gunners and everything, but, you know.
It's funny with, I've done some blues stuff with Angry too, and he's got a really fucking good voice. Angry, he's great. Like, he can sing all the high stuff and you know him for belting and that. But it's so funny when you pull it back and you're doing like, you know, it's like old Big Bill Barunzi and Jimmy Reed and all this old blues stuff. When he sings that, it's like, man, there you go. You fuck.
Yeah,
he's got this tone. You know?
That's right. Stuck on You, like something like that.
Yeah,
you know. That's a really nice song.
Yeah.
That he really shines out in.
And he can sing loud too. He knocks it out. He certainly cuts through. The other song I used to love that they did was The Butcher and Fast Eddie.
I used to love that.
Oh,
what a story.
So heavy too. So heavy.
Well, that wouldn't be played on Triple M pop songs, would it?
No, and you know, it's funny. I've just reading some of the things on the screen here. They actually had quite a bit of success through Europe early on. I was just seeing somewhere. Yeah, here you go. It's a Rock and Roll Outlaw, early 81, number 2 in France, number 5 in Germany, number 6 in the UK. So look, you know,
that's why they're going back there.
The boys do really well through Europe. There's people that are just, you know, die hard. And you remember, no matter where we went in the world, we'd go through Europe, we'd go through the States, and pretty much every single day, because you're in rock and roll venues and there's rock and roll people there, just about every single day, someone would show you their Rose Tattoo.
Yep.
The Snakes. Or they'd say, do you guys know the guys in Rose Tattoo? Yeah.
They would. All around, everywhere.
Everywhere.
States, everything.
You'd get the odd person in the States go, you know, the Angels from Angel City. You'd get that a bit. But Rose Tattoo, someone asked us that every day, I reckon.
Yeah, you know.
So they were known over there. And it's funny, you know, like, I guess they're perceived as pub rock, but which is a strange term. It is. It's sort of double-edged to me. It's not respectful, but it is respectful at the same time. They're a great blues boogie band, like a great blues boogie band. And yeah, so the crowd certainly love it. And yeah.
Well, they do. They've got the different venues over there. I used to love their venues over there. They're not too big. 2,000, 3,000.
Yeah.
Little Odins, or they had what they used to call them, like little theatres type thing. But they're still a bar.
But the great venues. Yeah, they're like a bar, but a big. It was rock and roll.
I suppose, you know.
I mean, our version of big pub rock, like the old beer barns that we used to play at.
Yeah,
you know?
but like in the Manly Vale or something like that. I don't know, but they'll definitely like a Selena's more, if anything.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. A lot of venues like Selena's, the old Selena's.
That's it. So
yeah, even the old things like the old Newcastle Workers Club. You know, a lot of venues
the old
like
one.
that. Yeah. Like I remember Nottingham Rock City was a bit like that.
Yeah.
That was a funny gig at in the UK. I remember you turn up and there's all these Hells Angels there, like 20 Hells. What the fuck's going on? And they loaded. They had the contract there.
Oh,
I mean, we shared this dressing room with all these Hells Angels, and they're all crew. That was funny. But you know, these are venues that, you know, in the day, you know, Thin Lizzy and all these classic bands played at. Yeah. It was pretty cool. It's funny too. It reminds me when we played the Reaper Barn in Hamburg in Germany, and got some funny stories from those kids. Remember our late mate Pat Piggott? He made friends with a couple of tradies there.
Yeah,
it was funny, bizarro stuff. And I remember we played one of those places, and it was above the old. I think it was either the Star Club or the Kaiser Keller where the Beatles used to play.
Yeah.
And I remember we were sitting on the stage doing an interview one day, and someone said, "Oh, do you know where you are?" And I'm like, "No." Well, this is the Beatles played where you're sitting.
Yeah.
Wow. Really? Had no idea. But the crowds loved their rock, didn't they? And they loved us too. It was, you know, and again, you know, we were I guess the last of the Australian bands that were like that did that, you know. And I think you can hear. I never knew that. I never realised, but when I listened to All for One, which I really don't listen to. But when we've gone back and learnt some songs and stuff.
Yeah.
I hear those influence. I hear Rose Tattoo in it somehow, somewhere.
There
in
is
some songs.
Yeah, definitely. There's no doubt. Especially definitely All for One.
Yeah, like FRC and stuff. I hear that Australianness in it.
Yeah,
I definitely
absolutely.
do. Yeah.
Look, I think we were trying to keep it simple. Young and brash. I don't know. We had simple songs. This got complicated in the second album.
Yeah.
We thought we had a little bit more of a budget. And we thought we'd go a bit more. But,
we wanted to sort of just make it more intricate, make the parts more intricate.
Yeah, you can just tell straight off the second album with Dream On or something like that.
More expensive.
Yeah, you can just say, oh, gee, okay, well, these guys are kind of stepped ahead.
Yeah.
But it was a great way the area we were going through.
Well, we never, and this is the difference with us, like from Rose Tattoo or like an AC/DC, it's just that's our model, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Where our attitude was, we pick the best songs. It doesn't matter what the song is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's
we'll
jazzy
we'll get a better play. There's no doubt about it because we're just playing every night.
all the time.
Playing all night. And so obviously the songwriting got better.
Yeah.
And songwriting got complicated.
Yeah.
But definitely we could play it.
Yeah.
Make it easy, look easy, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to replay it again and going, oh God, how did I do that?
Well, we'd probably done, but by the time All for One came out, we'd, as a band, probably done 500 gigs. Probably easily, I'd say.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And before that, we'd each done hundreds and hundreds of gigs. So, it was, I think you can definitely tell we came through the same battlefield as the bands before us, like your Rose Tattoos. So it was in your DNA. And as we've discussed before, we demoed All for One at Albert's where they recorded this album and the AC/DC stuff and the Angel stuff. So we were part of that. We didn't end up signing with them, but we certainly did demos and recorded there. And it was, I think they wanted us to be the next one that they had.
Look, hindsight's a fantastic thing, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
who knows? Who
knows? So, so there's our Rose Tattoo little story for today. Have we got any other little stories about Rose Tattoo?
Oh, look, there's plenty of stories of Rose Tattoo, and I do. No, but we can probably tell legally.
Look, and what I love about Andrew, he's such a beautiful, soft-hearted man.
That's what I was saying before about saying with Robin. They'll give you everything you want. If you ask them, yep, this is how we do it. It's like a dad telling their son, to do it like this. Although the son does it completely different,
Yeah.
But
look, I often felt, Andrew was very fatherly to me. He'd very, very concerned about me at times and bring me up and we'd chat for a long time. We could both chat a lot. The calls are long. But what a survivor. Andrew has seen it all. I mean, some of the stories he would tell you about Bob Hawke or Tina Turner or Mel Gibson you just go, oh, fuck.
Oh, that'd be great stories.
I won't repeat it, but great stories.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh,
so, Rose Tattoo, one of the greats.
Big influence on me. Big.
And goes, I think he's 71.
What?
Yeah, and I mean...
And he's still up there screaming.
Kudos to you, Ango. It's just still
kudos.
out there, just giving it to everyone. And you know what? I doing gigs, so many gigs with him. I'm 20 years younger than him. There were times I'd just go, fuck, where did you get this mojo in your tank? It's this incredible energy, an incredibly unique, beautiful human being.
Yeah, he's been up on that stage for a long time. A long time to think about it.
Yeah. So anyway.
All right, okay.
We're going fishing.
Yeah, fishing for more licks.
Little fade out.
Rock on.
See you soon.
Yep.